Holy shit, chapter 479. Oda just did what I didn't think he was going to do. Not only did Luffy win, he won in dominating fashion. This wasn't even close. You got Luffy grabbing Oars by the hair, swinging this dude around like it's nothing, picking him up and manually swinging him side to side to side like it's absolutely nothing, like I wish someone would do to John Cena in the WWE. And what I love about this is the fact that everyone's rooting for Luffy. You have the members of Lola's crew who have the same fate that Luffy's crew has, where if they get caught under the sun, they're done. And so what ends up happening is they're saying, I want to walk under the sun. Go our warrior of hope. Nami and Usopp, they're cheering Luffy on. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And even Usopp and Nami are just completely blown away at the fact that Luffy has 100 shadows inside of him. When they find out that Luffy has less than 2 minutes left, I'm thinking, holy shit, he needed the whole 10 minutes in order to take down Oars. And you know how badass Oars is the fact that we find out, 500 years ago, he died, he was this massive beast, and everyone's just in shock that even though Oars is fighting and losing, it's also Gecko Moria who's fighting and losing at the same time. So Luffy's beating a legendary monster, and he's beating one of the 7 warlords, and it has Moria's people in shock. And somewhere Bartholomew, he's watching this shit. He's gotta be. Unless he's just completely gotten the fuck up out of there. And the only reason why I said he's got to be watching is Nami did say there's another warlord on the island, which implies for Oda to write it like that, he's got to be watching. I don't think he simply would have told him, watch out for Straw Hats, then leave. Though it is possible. It is very possible, because if he's still there, he's probably going to intercede on behalf of Moria in order to keep one of the 7 warlords from falling, because it's in the best interest of the world government. So what's also really key about Luffy's victory is he has this one scene where after he uses the Gum Gum Storm, he's staring down Moria, and by extension Oars, and Luffy pulls out that sword and he slashes through, and then he proceeds to punch Oars so hard that he punches Moria at the same time, which shows you the amount of destructive capability Luffy has. This is some next level shit. And this is my thing. This, to use a more recent Dragon Ball example, and in this case, I really feel like this would be Toriyama taking what we see in One Piece, because he's done that shit. And Super and One Piece are made by the same fucking company when you look at the anime. So this is what I'm talking about right here. See, in order to make the Super Saiyan God, you needed 5 pure-hearted Saiyans to put their ki into one Saiyan. Okay? So that ended up being Goku. Plot twist. Who knew? And in this case, we have 100 shadows inside of Luffy. This is good. This is good. And so what I think is happening, because again, I know that Dragon Ball Super has borrowed from One Piece, because I've seen stuff that's happened in particularly Skypiea and in the East Blue, where they've incorporated similar stuff in the Dragon Ball Super. Up to this point, I think we're at episode 85, 86, 87, somewhere around there. And this is what's key. I'm going to say we're at 85, because the spoilers for 87 and 88 just came out. So that's when my stuff's getting twisted. But now this is what's key, though. This is what's key. If they've borrowed, and so if Goku has retained some of the ki from the different Saiyans, the God ki, and allows him to advance. Now we have a situation where Luffy is kind of doing the Genki Dama, where Luffy has borrowed, you know, the shadows, the life essence from those shadows, and it's given him power in the same way that the Genki Dama, the spirit ball, or the spirit bomb, if you're only familiar with the dub, it's the same thing. So I'm wondering, is Luffy going to have access to his power? Is his base going to be amplified? Is Luffy now going to be stronger in his base? Or is this going to be something that we see in Luffy's Gear 2, his Gear 3? Or could we see something else? And what I'm referring to is, if this is power that's inside of Luffy, then it would make sense that Luffy can take his shit to another level, because that's what happened with Goku with Super Saiyan God. He ended up going into Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. Like I said, I might be reaching here. I might be reaching. It's just that too much kind of feels like this is where Toei Animation got the idea for what they did in Dragon Ball Super, because they changed stuff from the Battle of Gods and from the Revival F. They've changed small things, and they continue to incorporate stuff that worked in One Piece in the Super. Small, subtle shit. So I'm wondering if I'm maybe reading too much in this. So backing off of that, what was really, really impressive about this is the fact that Luffy is doing what I said way back, I want to say, during the Don Krieg part. It was somewhere. It's Don Krieg or right after that. I said that, you know, is Luffy going to have alliances on the Grand Line? This is proof to me that Luffy is going to have alliances, because what we're seeing now is yet again on another island, Luffy has reached somebody, reached some of those people. He's left his mark on them. In this case, he's restoring the shadows to who knows how many people. And so when Luffy's shadows start leaving out of him, Moria has been defeated. And because he's been defeated, everyone gets their shadows back. And so Luffy's a savior. So even though all the bounties are going to say Luffy is this horrible person, Luffy has people on every island he's been to, with the exception of Enies Lobby, who know the truth. Who know the truth behind this. So this is really key. But my question to you guys, my chapter question, is going to be particularly simple. What do you think about my theory that Luffy is retaining some of this power? And do you think it'd be better for him to just have a stronger base? I personally think that this would make the most sense for Luffy's base to be insanely that much stronger now. And by extension, his Gear 2 and his Gear 3. Because it gives him, like Zoro, something, because that's his first mate, something to continue to train and harness. Zoro has a new sword. Now Luffy has new strength that he has to get accustomed to. And I like how what Oda's done from each island to each island. If you chart Luffy and Zoro's progression, they're each getting their own obstacles. And it really feels like each of them is progressing around the same rate. Luffy takes a step forward, takes another step, and then Zoro takes a step. It makes sense because the captain is always going to be a step ahead of the crew. So with that being said, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching the end of the video, guys. Have an awesome day.